Welcome, agents, to strain 52-TRI, sorry, of the 0 Point Report, a broadcast all about the news surrounding the Secret World IP. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2021, and I'm your host for this evening, Ocho. With me, we have Waffle.
Hola. Guten Morgen.
Hey, Miss Monsignor Waffle. And we have Jimmy the Rabbit.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing? How you guys? How are both of you fine gentlemen doing this evening?
Huh. Okay.
Not dead yet.
Still kicking.
It's like the fourth time I've heard that today. How you doing? Well,
But the night is young. The night is young.
You don't know what's gonna happen. Hey, Azrael. Hey, Uni. How are you? We're hanging out in Agartha. Vomer's here. A waffle that weighs a lot is here. Jimmy's
Hey,
running
were you
around.
calling me fat?
You're 2 ton, man. 2 ton.
Oh,
It's
I
all water
literally
weight.
didn't know. I literally didn't know what Uni was saying. Then I remembered what I said a little earlier. That's how quickly it went in and out of my head. Like, what are you talking about? Expecting to assassinate him. Oh, right.
Oh, right.
So the night
Dying
is
to know.
young.
Right. Gotcha.
It was. Whoop. I don't remember things that I say.
How much is a ton?
A lot.
Forget in pounds.
Is it 2,000 pounds?
I think it's something like that, right?
Right.
I'll have to
Gosh
do
darn it.
So,
Googles.
hold on.
First thing we to research how much.
I was right. 2,000 pounds.
It is 2,000 pounds.
So 2 tons.
Oh, yeah, it's exactly
4,000
2,000
pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
All right. Rock on.
Yeah, I have no semblance of memory. I just like random facts like a ton is 2,000 pounds or somewhere in there. And they come out sometimes. But I wouldn't call it memory.
That would make it a 4,000 pound waffle.
I mean, he's right there. You don't have to refer to him as it. It's a little rude.
That would make him a 4,000 pound.
A chunky
It
waffle
over
waffle.
there.
Oh, standing much further away. No, come here.
Aw. Oh, camera froze. You're literally-
On the kitten? No. Okay.
the camera froze on like a blur of the kitten and then it was just gone.
She's right
He
here.
exploded
She
that
decided to
poor
run
cat.
over and actually attack Waffle for dancing. That's what she was doing.
Oh. I get that, a lot.
Because whenever she runs over, she is our new kitten, and she has been a handful. Yes, she has. I had to put behind my computer desk. I have, a couple of multi plugs and surge protectors,
And a multi-pass.
and I had to put little protective things over the power switches. Just to make sure that, because she kept stepping on them and turning things off.
Lilu Dallas. Multipass.
Yes, she knows it's a multi-pass.
Wait,
I
what?
like how Mikey's telling his thing,
I was telling a story and I kind of missed that.
and Waffle just slips in some Fifth Element references.
Multi-pass.
Multipass.
Chicken good.
Big bada boom.
So
All right,
yeah.
well, we've made
Anyway,
it
we're here
about
to
2
talk about the
minutes in
secret
and gone
world.
completely off the rails.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. We talk about Secret World.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wrong show. I was talking about Fifth Element.
Oh, that's our Fifth Element podcast.
Shit.
Goes along with
The fifth report.
we have a podcast for every single movie out there, every single sci-fi franchise.
Oh, I would do one for Dark City. Shit was cool. I still maintain that if you get out of bounds in, well, I can tie it back to Secret World. If you get out of bounds in New York, and look at the water, by the bridge, it reminds me of Dark City. Because you have like the water like walled in by this like semicircle of like faux building. Which I don't know if you guys remember Dark City,
remember.
like at the end when it's revealed that it's
Spoilers.
spoilers for a movie that's older than most of the people watching. It's like just a fucking floating city in space. So the water in the ocean or whatever, or I guess technically it's a lake because it's not a real ocean, is all like hemmed in by like a wall.
You know what? That's where we
Anyways,
put
like-
all the flat earthers.
I say, yeah, I'm not. I don't think I've actually seen this movie.
Have you not seen Dark City? Kiefer Sutherland?
Oh,
That shit was good.
it's a classic.
Yeah. I owned that on DVD. That's how classic it was. It was right there next to like Pulp Fiction and Blazing Saddles. Like I had Dark City.
To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of movies. I'm like movie deprived. I don't know, just never a thing.
God damn it, I almost had it. Samagarian Tizanderus.
Samagarian Tizanderus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That sounds all right.
It's close.
I think I did it mostly correctly. That is the single hardest thing about being a Twitch streamer. The
with the names, yeah.
goddamn names.
I am kind of shocked though, because I thought my name would have been like fairly easy, and it gets messed up all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Ocho that throws people, or is
Yeah.
or is
Usually
it
the Big and Mikey
maybe?
have no problem. It's
Okay.
it's Ocho. They think it's like I've had people pronounce it like Akho. They're like, hey, it's Big Mikey
See-
Akho.
That's where like I feel
Not quite.
like as a streamer, if I see a recognizable part and a non-recognizable part, I just call you the part I recognize.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
If I didn't know how to say Ocho, right? If I
Mhm.
didn't know the number 8 in Spanish,
hmm
I would just say, "Hey, Big Mikey," and like leave it at that. Like why even try to go through something you don't understand? The
Yeah.
hard part is when the whole name is complete gibberish to you, and you're like, "Well, I gotta say something," and that's when you give it the old college try.
Can we call you Sam? Is that fine? Just Sam.
Not see, that one I didn't mind because I felt like I could get through there. Like Echo.
Like Echo, right? Yeah, Akho. Oh, it's Akho.
Oh, Uni is probably like 5 minutes behind.
Yes, you could call me Sam. Fantastic. Well, welcome, Sam. Welcome to talk about Secret World. We don't have too much news because we are coming off of our event that we had 3 weeks ago, which was right at the tail end of October. It was the tail end of October, right? Or was that in the middle of October?
No, it's Halloween.
Time. What is goddamn time?
It's a construct.
It is.
Everybody knows that.
It was at the end of October where we got together with Andy Bendit, and we got together with Joshua Deach, and we played some hide and shriek,
Which was very fun.
which was very fun. I had a blast.
And of course, Andy just completely slaughtered almost
Andy
everybody.
slaughtered everybody.
Yeah.
To
I
be
told you that was
expected.
gonna happen.
Yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen. It was basically whoever won was basically just the person who was going to be just roasted by Andy in the finals.
Well, he did say, "Oh, it's been a while," so I think that was a lie. I think
No,
No, I don't
probably-
think that was
no,
a
no,
lie.
he probably
And
plays it a lot. But it's like Bull Shark. He's like,
He
no,
plays-
it's
right.
been years since I last played.
no, the problem it's not that. It's how he plays it.
Mm-hmm.
He plays it like he's playing a competitive first-person
Like
shooter.
on a competitive level, yeah.
Like he plays it like he's playing like Apex Legends or something.
Yeah, just wait for the Hide and Shriek esports team startup.
There you go. I mean,
But that's why I also tried to get
that'd be pretty sweet, actually.
that would be. That's why I also tried to get Tilty. I tried to get Tilty to join us as well.
Yeah, that
And he
would have
said
been
he was.
competition. That would have been like competition for Andy for sure.
And Andy versus Tilty, and I mean they both would have been
Yeah.
rusty relatively, but I'm sure it would have come back like
yeah,
nothing.
but I mean, I think Tilty had more time in the game than Andy did.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure like it was Andy and Nicole that got put on it like cold for like the advertisement,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, that was
the
most
commercial
of
or
them in the
whatever.
trailer, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they played it obviously since then, but I mean, they played it initially. But I'm saying at that point, when the game was like basically ready for release and they were filming the trailer, he hadn't played it yet. By that point, I'm sure Tilty had like hundreds of hours into it. You know what I mean?
Probably,
Because
yeah.
he was like, you know,
Overseeing
game
it.
like the game director for it or something.
Game director for
He
it,
was-
so yeah, he had to be along
he was
every
playing
single
the shit
step,
out of it.
basically.
Yeah. He knows how it works. He knows where everything is. He knows what everything does. He knows.
He
Sees all.
he just knows.
The shadow knows.
I'm going
Oh,
to.
man.
I was like, but Vomer did receive but Vomer ended up being our overall winner because they played Andy in the finals.
Right. And
And- Andy as
Andy
a
recused
representative
himself.
of Funcom could not accept any prizes, which is
I
which
think
is fair.
technically he could. I think he just did.
He's just being humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing prevents him from us just deciding to give him something.
Well, I mean, it has no
I
monetary
might someday
value.
anyway.
Just
was that?
send him a T-shirt.
Well, I said
won
it
a hide
has
and
no
seek
monetary
competition and
value, so he
Oh,
There's
right,
no-
right, yeah.
problem with like the the RICO Act, whatever it is.
Send him a T-shirt that says "I won the hide and shriek tournament, and all I got was this crummy T-shirt."
Give him the Argyle Award. I'll make a whole other award
Oh,
and send that over.
what
to
about a
him.
hide and shriek Argyle like sweater? Like the greens and the oranges. You know what I mean? Like do like a hide and shriek
yeah.
Argyle. That'd be fucking sick.
Or it'd be something down the line, but like a ugly Christmas sweater
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
hide and shriek.
Oh, there are a whole bunch. That website that I got Vomers from, which I'm going to upload to Discord here. So, can you show it on stream,
Yeah.
or is that not possible?
Nope. Everything.
I don't know
is
with the new
possible.
setup.
Oh, that's the trophy. Cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I like it.
That's fucking cool.
That was good.
So I thought that was fantastic. The thing is, though, is the more complex it got, the more they wanted me to buy. So the first one I initially had planned had like our 0 Point Report logo on it, and then had like more of a base, because I was like, oh, I'm only buying one. Why not just, it's okay. It doesn't have to be, it could be a little something fun. But then, like, the more complex I made it, the more they were like, okay, in order to get this, you have to buy like 10, or you have to buy like a minimum of like 7 or 8 of them. And it's like, Okay, no, I don't need that many.
Well, you're moving into the next tier. It's like, okay, if
Yeah.
you want this, that's tier 2.
But I'm almost positive the site has ugly Christmas sweaters, like as a topping.
Ah.
We could find one and paint it, and then ship it down to North Carolina. It's thought.
The only problem I have is like I'm a ugly Christmas sweater snob. Like it's got to be an actual sweater and not like a printed on pattern. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's got the wool. You got-
Because I've looked when I was looking online a couple of years ago, like there's lots of ugly Christmas sweaters that are just sweaters with like
like a
stitch
print.
and print on them,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, I want an actual like knitted sweater.
I have a T-shirt. I have a brown T-shirt that's just it has like an ugly Christmas sweater print on it.
See, that's fine if it's a T-shirt, but I don't like the sweaters that are actual like just regular sweaters with like the print on them.
It's
Like
almost like wearing the T-shirt of the tuxedo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Yeah, it feels like that's kind of cheating. Like, in my family, we have a running joke of the joke is it's about a sweater with a whale on it. And because one year for I think it was Christmas or something in one of the colder months, my mother got for me it was just a sweater. I don't know where she found it. She may have found it at like a yard sale or some sort of like Goodwill or something, and it was just a really thick white sweater, but embroidered on the front was just a giant whale. And I was around, how old was I? I was in like my early 20s, so I wasn't that old. And so I picked it up and I was like, and she's like, "Do you like it?" And I was like, It's got a whale on it."
Do you not like whales?
And she's like, "Oh, but check out the material. And check out the see." As an older person, I probably would have been like, "Actually, it's an awesome sweater."
It's
I
fine,
probably would really
girthy
love-
leather.
I would actually really love like a nice thick white sweater, and I wouldn't care that it had a whale on it. But when I was much younger, I cared more about those things, and so it kind of went down in history as sort of like a like like, "Oh, we're gonna get you something." It's like, "Oh, is it gonna be a sweater with a whale on it?" It kind of went down in our family as like a gift that did not go over. And I think
actually have a
she even like
custom-made
repackaged
whale
it
shirt.
and tried giving it to my father for like Father's Day the next or like not long after. And even he was like, "Oh,
A whale.
it's got a whale."
I actually have a custom-made shirt that has whales on it, but it's because it's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia quote. It's just,
Okay.
It just says, "This music sounds like whales raping each other." And the
Okay.
picture's literally like a whale on top of a whale. It's like two humpback whales. With the tagline, "This music sounds like whales raping each other." My goal is to wear that to a concert at some point. I think it would
See
be
how many people
perfect.
pick up on it.
You
It'd
do
be
have
the
quite the
perfect
t-shirt
concert
collection, Jimmy. It's true. That
Actually,
is
no,
horrible.
I literally like I made that one. I think I did it on Cafe Press and then ordered it myself. And
Okay.
got it for me. Like I have it in my closet.
You're like, I'm just gonna make that. This is gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, no, this I was like, I can Photoshop this. I got two nice but the thing is too, is they're like it's like almost like sketches,
Okay.
like pencil drawings of like a humpback whale, and I just like copied it and like put one on top of the other. And then the font is like a sort of like an old timey like I don't know, like boat, or like seafaring
I think I got
kind
you.
of like it's got like a theme to it,
A nautical theme.
Yeah, like a nautical theme. I was super pleased with myself. Yeah. So
yeah, so in
whales.
so in our family we've got a sweater with a whale on it as basically code for, and it's just a big joke now. It's you know, no one is angry about that or anything like that. No one takes offense to it.
Yeah, like, I think my mom's done. Like, she was like, one year, I think she was like, "Here's some Sudoku books." I was like, "Okay."
Oh, all right.
Thank you. That's what I always wanted.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I'll check him out. Like, you know. And then I didn't for a long time, and at some point I got into like a really big Sudoku phase for like a couple months. So like eventually it worked out. Whereas my brother was just like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I'm like, that's not how you react to presents. Come on.
See, I'm sort of like your brother in that aspect. I've got a really bad poker face when it comes to presents.
No, okay, look, it's one thing to not like
And I
hide
wish I
your
didn't.
face. It's one thing not like hide your face. It's another thing to literally say like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
It's
sister-in-law.
another thing to just be like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah, my
and, like,
sister-in-law,
basically
she
just push it
does the same
back.
thing, where you give her a present, and she's like, you know exactly that she's not real into it when she goes, "This is nice."
Yeah, right. You're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
You're like,
well,
"Oh,
that was
yeah.
a miss."
Okay.
Yeah, I still always try to be congenial or whatnot, but yeah, I could tell my face is just giving it away the entire time. So, do you like this? Oh yeah. This is really nice. This is really nice. Thank you. It's like, gosh darn it, no one believes that.
Where see, like, I genuinely was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Like, I wasn't like thrilled, but I wasn't also, I don't know, I didn't think I was too placating either, because I genuinely was like, "Yeah, I'll check it out."
Yeah.
You know, it's little puzzle things. I like puzzle things, whatever. You know.
So now
I
we've
wasn't
always liked
expecting-
Sudoku around here. Sudoku's not bad. My wife
Yeah.
is like a champion at it. For a while there, when it was super popular, I wanted to get her into like competitions for it because.
Have you seen some of the Sudoku stuff on YouTube?
No.
There's some Sudokus that are just. There's a couple of guys. I think they're like older English guys or something. They're like super good, and they do. People will submit to like a whole community, and they'll like submit puzzles, and these puzzles are. They'll have like one number on the entire thing, but it's not just like one number. Or I think sometimes there's no numbers. There's plenty of them that are no numbers. But they'll have rules.
Okay.
Like, there'll be like colored sections of the grid, and like only multiples of whatever will be in these colors and whatever. So like you'll have no numbers at all, but given the logic in the rules, you should be able to somehow twist your brain in the pretzel and figure out what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was watching YouTube videos of this guy like solving those. I was just that's YouTube for you. You just end up down that rabbit hole of stuff.
But I like have like a really tough one, like a one that's like this is expert mode or something like that, and I'll finish it in like I don't know 8 or 9 minutes, and it's like all right, not the fastest in the world, but not the slowest in the world either, and like a time that I'm like that's okay to finish something like that, and my wife will finish it in like a minute and a half. Like she's just like boom, 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 boom. That's why I'm like, like while they were still going on, and it was like regional competitions for Sudoku. I was like, you should do that.
Do that. Well, because I was watching the guy and he was talking while he was doing stuff, and like I know the basics of Sudoku, but there's a lot of like more complicated math that they do like really quickly that like eliminates or makes things possible or not possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like like magic math rules, like the rule of nines and like others. Like there's rules, not just like the generic basic like that can't have the same number twice in a box or in the same row. Like there's other math rules at higher levels that apply to Sudoku that I don't understand fully. But it was interesting to watch them execute and talk about. and he's kind of like he's not doing it instructionally. He's just talking out loud, like thinking out loud, basically. He's like, I don't know what you just said, but I understand that there's a mathematical formula, and that's how you know that this can't be this number. But I have
well,
no
this can't
idea
be
why
6,
that
but
can't
due to
be
the transcendental of Mars.
what like
coming
certain
into-
squares are apparently linked in Sudoku.
Okay. All right.
Or can be linked. I don't really understand it to be perfectly honest, but it's
I think
like,
I think I can understand that because at least because if every number goes across in one way and every number goes across in another way, that there has to be some sort of parity.
yeah, there is like a pattern system in play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a bit beyond me.
It's
But
a
yeah,
little bit
watching
beyond me too. Yeah.
Watching someone solve a Sudoku that has no numbers given at all is pretty bizarre. You're
It's
like,
fantastic.
oh, well, how do you do this? Do you just fill in numbers however you want?
Do you just like put a 1 in somewhere and just be like, nope, can't be a 1. All right, let's try 2. Can it be a 2?
I'll get this eventually. Goddamn it!
Be like, it may be a little more brute force, but it'll happen.
Well,
Just
at
a
the end of
bunch
it,
of-
you'll feel like
of
a
like-
code breaker.
I've burned through like 30 erasers. Next number.
Be like, nope,
They
can't
also
be. You do like 90% of the puzzle, takes you like a half hour, and it's still like, no, wait, that can't be a 2. Sorry, got to be a 3.
Oh
try
my
forward.
god, I hate when I've done that. I remember solving someone with the actual, like before, back when touchscreens weren't so big.
Mm-hmm.
Like phones that didn't have touchscreens back in the flip phone era. And I was doing Sudoku on pencil and paper. And I get like all the way through and then realize like one thing didn't fit and be like, son of a bitch.
You're like, God damn it, throw out the entire
And you
thing.
just like crumple it up and throw it away.
That was one thing we just finished. Is I used to work for Barnes and Noble, and one of the things I got off of their like discount bin or something like that I picked up once was it was like 100-foot Sudoku puzzle, and it was every puzzle in it was linked to another puzzle. Was like the puzzle
Oh
next to
my
it.
god.
So the 9 in one corner was like the 9 in the next puzzle's corner.
Right.
And it went like that for, I don't know, like 50 feet of puzzles. Like it was just one long continuous puzzle. And we literally just finished it like 2 months ago.
God damn.
It was just
That
one of
was
those things where it's like we forgot about it, then we lost it for a while, then we found it again, and it was like, oh, that's right. Like half finished, and then between my wife and I, we finally finished out the entire thing. And it was like,
That's
good!
funny.
And I just like chucked it in the trash. Be like, it's done! We beat it. World's longest Sudoku 10 years ago. Anyway. So we don't have...
Welcome to our Sudoku podcast.
Yeah, welcome. Where we talk about doublets and triplets.
This week in
Quadruplets?
Sudoku.
Waffle, you have the voice for it. That's what they sound like.
It's true.
Welcome. Today we are going to be exploring duplets and numbers.
And what do doublets mean for you?
Each doublet is meaning it's a personal experience that one has to go through.
Is there going to be a bit
I
about the
like
secret
it.
world at some point? No,
No.
sorry. No.
Wrong show.
Okay,
buddy.
well,
Our bad.
I did do something not that long
I was like, no,
ago.
Jimmy did quite a bit, actually. I was like, we do have at least 2 pieces of news that we can really talk about. And then also, right, everything that Jimmy's been up to as well. Which do you want to do first?
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Choose.
Then we'll get to the actual news. Why not? Star Anvil Studios posted on their Twitter account on November 12th, earlier, a tease for the new Secret World tabletop RPG, saying everything is true, including the Secret World, in 2022.
Bam.
Bam.
Suckers. Now it says, was it 5e?
5th edition
Yeah.
compatible.
5th edition compatible.
A lot of people were
But
complaining, but go ahead.
they did say, and that's for now. Other options if it's successful enough to afford conversion. Although we can't make everyone happy with their preferred system, we do want to present a few options. So, I'm guessing that's based on like how well their Kickstarter.
Probably how
ends
well
up
the
going?
Kickstarter does, yeah. And right now, I guess they would start with trying to cast a wide net. And 5th edition of D&D is it's a pretty wide net, yeah.
But I do what I did like about what he said was that they do want to present a few options. So it sounds like they're interested in at least having a couple, not just 5e. Like it sounds like they want to have a couple, and then like, yeah, okay, we can't do like 30 different systems, but
Yeah, like different editions.
yeah, or maybe
Probably
just,
do
like,
one
I
for
don't know.
5e. Probably do one for like a more simpler system that doesn't use as complex dice or something that you basically use as like a pass fail sort of thing. Like I've seen systems that use that. Something a
Do,
lot
like, World
more
of Darkness.
like RP heavy. Yeah.
I mean, I could see them doing like a World of Darkness method.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, or if you want to just use a cubic asslet of dice, you could go like the Warhammer Fantasy route.
Sorry, I want to use
I will
Let
now
me get my bucket.
roll.
20
my-
d6.
Yeah, I was gonna say 30. I now roll my 30 d6. Whoa! All right, now count. Hold on, this is gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
5.
How did I roll all ones? What?
Yahtzee.
I remember playing Warhammer Fantasy and like there's a stupid amount of dice. Just stupid amount of dice. I think it was all six-sided though. Like that was like the good part of it, right? Because that's like normal dice. You can just get a bunch of regular dice. You didn't
Easy
need,
to
like,
find.
custom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just steal a bunch of dice from a casino or something. You know what I mean? Like you just needed regular six-sided dice. You could get anywhere. You didn't need like custom D20s or D12s or whatever.
Right, steal it from the Monopoly board or something. Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
if you needed
yeah.
extra, you could just find them.
Yeah, you could probably go to like the grocery store and get them for that matter.
That's
Like-
true.
So that was like the plus of that particular system. But the negative was for I don't know why it needed so many. I feel like someone just wanted to roll a lot of dice.
You're like, why do I need to roll 50 of them? Because we hate you.
Can't we just roll like 10 and multiply?
Yeah, can't you just squish the system a
five.
little bit?
Yeah. But yeah, like I thought it was nice because I do in our own news channel there are people that were like, oh, 5e. And I was like, really? Why are people hating on 5e?
Because from what I know, and I mean I don't know much, because the only real tabletop that I've
clip.
done was like Pathfinder, and Pathfinder I think is considered like 3.5 edition, like it's like a modified 3rd edition.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know much about like what 5e entails and why people would be so upset about it. But from what I believe, it's a lot more video gamey
Okay.
than other systems in the past. So it's a lot more like a lot more hits, a lot more criticals, and like a lot more action and movement based. It's essentially.
I mean, I could definitely see them doing World of Darkness style, because honestly, I recall playing World of Darkness and it was very Secret World-ish. Just
It was, yeah. I don't know.
In
Does White
general.
Wolf still own that, or I know it got confusing when they're trying
Well,
to
there
make an
was-
MMO.
World of Darkness was the werewolves. No, wait. World of Darkness
No.
is the name for the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's a whole universe.
You have Werewolf the Apocalypse,
Yeah,
and you
then
had
Vampire Masquerade.
Vampire Masquerade, and then the Mage one was called Mage something. Because I played Werewolf and the Mage one. I don't think before our group split up, I don't think we ever got to Vampire one. I think I made a character and never got to play. So let's
Wasn't
see,
that,
World of Darkness? Is it the Ascension?
Wasn't that when we had our show last week and we had Joshua Deschon, and I was picking on him because apparently everything he works on has the term world in the title.
Yes. Yes.
Because he's been working also on New World, and so he was working on New World and Secret World and World of Darkness, and we figured the next thing he's going to work on is World of Tanks.
World.
That would be up his
I would
alley.
read. I
Don't
would
forget to
read
use
that
our
lore.
code and check.
I would play that. I would read that.
I would read his lore for World of Tanks. I assume there's blood sacrifice involved or something.
Sure.
But he also did say that he's working on something with Funcom, that Funcom has tapped him to work on something. He couldn't say what, obviously, but has tapped him to work on something, and even Andy was like, "Oh, they are?" Like, oh, they did? I was like, "Oh, okay. Cool."
Yeah.
But that was,
Mage
just
the
as an
Ascension
aside.
is the other one.
Okay.
But
Okay.
having played both Mage the Ascension and Werewolf the Apocalypse, those are both of those systems and games are very Secret World feeling. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably Mage closer. I mean, there's werewolf stuff in Secret World, obviously, but as far as like the playing a character that has any kind of extra human
Innate.
power, that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mage the Ascension, I feel probably felt the closest, and you have that whole like secret world thing where like you're not supposed to expose the fact that there's magic and crap, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
um,
That's why I'm kind of
You-
curious to see how it would fit into 5th edition, which, as far as I know, is like magic's literally everywhere, and like the worlds are just
that's the
confused
thing,
with
though.
it.
It's the 5e system. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to use any of the lore. You're just using the mechanics of it,
Right.
right? So you're literally using like the character sheet and how stats and rolls work,
Mm-hmm.
like, right? So like,
Or like action turns and how combat,
yeah,
basically functions.
it's the mechanical system, so it's not anything else. But yeah, it's probably a little. I mean, it's still. I don't know. Like Secret World has stats. Like, because the thing is, Secret World is a video game. So if it's a
Yeah.
video gamey system, maybe it's not like quite as RP friendly. But it's not like if you played the game, you wouldn't understand that like I need X crit rating, or
Right.
you know what I mean. I need to be E3 to do this, or I don't.
Like I think they said it
have enough-
was. I think they said it was video gamey because there are certain things like every class, and the classes are fairly balanced between themselves, and like every class at least has some like almost basic attack that they can use like whenever they want, basically like cantrips, basically like the example
Oh,
being like
you mean like this?
warlocks. So, or like warlocks having like a long range like magic missile sort of thing,
Yeah.
and they could use that like every turn, but it doesn't do a metric ton of damage because it's just their basic attack. But It's
Yeah.
one of those
Well,
like they have a list of
that's-
attacks that they can use essentially.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like the Secret World is a video game. This is my basic attack that I can use
Yeah.
nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then other ones have like a cooldown or like whatever. Like
Yeah, powers you can only use once a day, or powers you can only use 3 times a day, and yeah,
it's so
it's more of that sort of effect.
right. But that's what I mean though. Like it being video gamey might not appeal to people that are straight up just trying to role play and don't like the constriction. But I feel like it'd be an easier system to literally convert a video game to, because you can
Yeah.
just straight up convert the stats and the abilities and be like, well, this is a basic ability. So if you're playing this kind of character in this class, right, in our role playing thing, then this is your basic ability, because that's what's in the fucking game.
Like this is the one that you can use, like
Yeah.
all the time, and this is the one that you could use. So yeah, no, it actually does make a lot of sense, considering that our characters don't. We have energy is what we use.
Yeah.
We have a primary
we
and
have-
secondary energy.
And when well, at least in the game, when you crit, you get energy back. So they
Right.
could decide to do that in the role playing game. They don't have to.
They basically
get,
combat. Combat has sort of like an energy mechanic itself. You could it could work that way.
No, look, it is a video game. So if the 5e system is video gamey, then it's an easy transition.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
I guess I get the sort of awe from certain people, because they just want to role play in the world and not play the game, right?
Right. They want to
And
make
so
a
if you're
complex
doing, like, a
character
world of-
and
Yeah. If
Let
you're
'em have
doing a
fun.
World of Darkness method, then yeah, you still have like some kind of stats, but it's a little bit more free. It's a little bit more free form, right?
Mhm.
You're less locked in. You put things in like certain attributes, and then can kind of make shit up sort of, and then you
Mhm.
sort of fit it in those points. So I definitely can see from like, I just want to pretend I'm in the secret world as a thing, versus
right, like
playing
like
the
I'm
video
gonna use
game.
trick shot, and I'm gonna use
Yeah.
my flourish will give, flourish allows the game. I just have it on my bar, that's why I mentioned it. Like spin your pistols and ready for action, allowing you to recover at pistol energy and cleanse yourself of a detrimental
Yeah.
effect. Like, it would
Whereas
instead
in,
be
like, Mage the Ascension, you might just be like, I'm gonna channel my energy through this bottle cap, and I'm gonna flick it at this guy's eye. And
You're gonna go flying off
Like-
into the netherworld.
yeah, right, right.
and,
It's more based on your imagination and your creativity.
Yeah. And there is
Well,
like a system in place.
Gives like a rules like, well, you can't power game like your character is so OP that they're like godlike, and
Yeah,
you're
like,
one-shotting
World of-
others.
Yeah, the World of Darkness and any of the games in that system, like they sort of have a framework, but you can do things in the dungeon master like rules on whether what you're trying to do is just outright stupid, or is within your power set or whatever. But I definitely can see how that could be a different way to do it, and some people might want that more like open. But at the same time, it's a lot easier to get newer people into a system like 5e.
Right, because it already is very well established, and it did say 5e compatible, so it won't be exactly like 5e, but it'll be like a version of 5e that works
Yeah,
with the
it's a
secret
basis.
world.
It would just be like using their mechanic system. But I do think, like, I've seen, I don't know if you've seen this, like people on Twitch like streaming like D&D and stuff,
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
right? I think it's a lot easier to convert people into a well-structured system. You can have your role play exist in dialogue, but let the system take care of actions.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when the system is more like World of Darkness, it's much more open, and now everything is through your imagination. You don't have like that system to be as much of a funnel for you, you know?
Right. Yep. And that's why I said, for now, other options if it's successful enough to afford conversion. So it's sort of like we're going to go with, we're going to cast the widest net we can. The system that people are the most familiar with, we're going to make that the primary system just to see if we can get traction, basically.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it's a good idea. It'd be super cool if they do actually put it out for a couple different versions, because then you'll get like some hardcore RP people that, you know, want to break free from the shackles of D&D's systems.
So I don't want to play as elves or
I mean, that's exactly what Pathfinder was. Basically Pathfinder was people who saw the 4th edition and 5th edition and just went, nah, we prefer previous edition. So we're going to make our own world and system based off of it.
I've played a lot of different systems back in the day. I haven't played in a long time, but I've done a lot of different pen and paper stuff. Back when I had a group, and to me, it's less about the system. Honestly, it's about the group. It's about who you're playing with, because when it comes right down, honestly, comes right down to it, the system is just there to help you. So if you have someone running it that's a dick with the system, they're gonna be a dick with whatever system you're using.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It kind of restrains them. It's like, okay, I know that you are a dick, but you know what? We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna put that leash on you.
I remember playing Warhammer Fantasy, and we tended to drink when we were playing, and someone got shit faced. I drink a lot, but I don't know. I can handle my shit.
You can usually
you're a functional
stay on that ledge. And not go over.
But I definitely went over. I remember coming home from one of those and just my jaw just unhinged and I threw up. It wasn't even I felt like one of those gargoyles, water just comes out of.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, normally anyone that's ever thrown up, it's a system reaction where all your muscles tense, and it's usually violent. No, that's not what happened. I was so effed up. I literally just unhinged the jaw and stuff came out. It was the smoothest transaction ever. There was no just oh, that needs to come out. Sure, go ahead. All the muscles were completely loose.
Welcome to the Vomiting 101 podcast.
Don't fight it. Don't fight it. No, but I'm just saying, just for reference.
You're like I'm just gonna let it happen. I agree with this. I'm not gonna try to stop it.
I was okay. I mean, all that came out was Oreos and pretzels. That's all I ate. I hadn't eaten anything. I had a metric shit ton of vodka and green apple pucker, I think, or something, and nothing else. And I hadn't eaten, and all they had for snacks was Oreos and pretzels.
That was your mistake.
So, it was literally just black. It was just solid black.
Gosh,
but it was fine.
Getting rid of the filth.
It was fine. Also, the biggest problem is I didn't make all my own drinks. Someone else made me them. It was 3/4 vodka and a lip of green apple pucker on top. But my point is, even with all that shit, I still remember what I did in the goddamn game. And then, next session happened, and the jackass didn't remember what he did, so he was very surprised when he got knifed in the back by another character. And he's like, what? Why would you? Well, I was like, well, you don't remember? Because last week you did this. And that is why, at the first opportunity,
we murder you.
You got murdered. Because you's a dick when you're drunk.
No, I think, the Pathfinder group that we had, one of the guys, the guy who was basically playing the rogue, decided to like be a jerk and turn evil or something like that. And we were playing like a module, where modules are not really about getting too far off the beaten path.
Right.
They're more about following the storyline of the module themselves. And he was like, I'm just gonna turn evil and I don't know, just start being a chaotic evil a-hole. And it was like, this really isn't any fun. Because it was the rest of the table basically just trying to deal with him. And so, I don't know. It kind of fell apart.
Murder hobo.
Murder hobo, exactly. I mean, that's what we all are anyway.
Dude, I
But,
would
like,
play a murder hobo. That just sounds fun.
But like, if you think about our systems, even in this game, like what would death is a big part of D&D essentially.
I
The
mean,
threat of death is always there. Not so much for Secret Worlders. Like, we could get put out of a fight.
I could be a murder hobo with just a bunny.
But like,
bunny
death
head
is
on.
not really, So it was like, how is death gonna work? How is
I think it would work. Okay, hear me out. I think it would work
Okay.
like Edge of Tomorrow.
and
Did you
what's
see Edge
what's
of
that one
Tomorrow?
like?
Looping.
Is it another movie Mikey didn't see?
No,
God damn it! Really?
I have not seen movies.
Let's add that one to the list.
Jesus Christ! So Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise. It's basically a video game movie, like or Groundhog's Day. Like he just keeps resetting.
Okay.
The day keeps resetting.
I've
And
seen
it's,
Groundhog's Day.
Alien. Jesus Christ! It's so Groundhog's Day, except Bill Murray is a soldier, and there's aliens invading.
Okay.
So he keeps getting to the beach and dying. He's got to, like, every time he gets to go a little further, right? But the key part is dying is important. Dying means you reset. Not dying is a problem.
Okay.
The problem for bees would be like what happens with Lilith in the nursery.
Mm-hmm.
The problem for bees would be not dying. Like,
Not
there's a sequence in
dying.
the movie where he literally jumps away and like purposely drowns himself to get away from the thing, so he can escape.
Mm-hmm.
So because he dies and he resets. Because getting captured, or hobbled, like having your legs cut off, is
Mm-hmm.
really, really bad. You want to be dead.
Be like, I can't stop
So
you, but I can certainly delay you.
Or like, if you think about in the Orochi Tower, the poor guy that's in the container that they've just been experimenting on repeatedly.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he
And they
keeps
like
coming back
like
to that.
flaying his
They're-
skin and seeing how far they can go before he resets.
Yeah. Like, you don't want to be that guy. So before that happens, you want to get dead so you can reset somewhere else. I think the other problem there is he's like tied to their well.
Mm-hmm. With their technology for being able to basically make an artificial animal well.
Yeah. So essentially, don't get captured by Orochi. Shoot yourself in the head if that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right? So I honestly think that that's kind of probably a key for like a Secret World kind of game. Is, yeah, you're right. Death isn't a danger
Death is a solution,
so much as
not a
it's
problem.
it's a solution. In fact,
Yeah.
life is the problem. Being captured alive would be really, really bad.
I mean, literally, before there was a long time in the game before you could just bring up a map now and just click on an animal well, and it's like, oh, do you want to teleport to that animal well? That wasn't a thing for the longest time.
Oh, I know. That's a super nice convenience thing.
That was
Do you
made as a
remember all the
convenience.
resets?
Yeah,
Do you
it was
remember
like
all the
so,
resets
so
in
how do I
CSW?
so how do I get all the way over there? Oh, you have to kill yourself by typing in /reset.
Okay, when I first was playing Secret World, was around the Golden Golem stuff happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like literally like when I very first started playing, like in 2014, and it blew my mind that every time the end of like a boss would happen, there's like 100 people in the world, and everyone does slash reset like the same time and just falls over.
Be like, we beat him. Ugh. Yeah.
And because they want to reset and get somewhere else, right? And like, it always like in my head, like it's everyone's unplugging from the Matrix. It's that scene from the Matrix where she's like, not like this, and he unplugs her in the real world and she just flops over.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was in TSW. That was how you got around. There you go, just like that. That's how everyone did it at the same time. You'd see a field of people just be like, shonk, and fall over. We need to synchronize do it. That would be better.
And then you just it's like you just get teleported like 13 feet away.
Yeah. Oh, hello there.
All right,
Welcome back.
Let's see if we can do it all at the same time.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
All right, inputted.
One.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Mikey was a little late, but it was pretty close. Now just imagine a field of people. I think the first time I saw it was like mildly disturbing. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you're like, why? Why did everyone? It's because it's the most convenient method. It was how you basically transported yourself.
Yeah, it was the
You-
fastest
Hey,
way to
remember
go
how it
about
would-
things.
Do you remember how it would damage your gear?
Yes.
So you had like a set. I had like a set of white gear I would put on, and then I would reset.
Oh, okay.
Like I literally had a teleportation set of gear. I was like, put this gear on, because I'm never gonna repair it.
Because also our
Like,
inventories were freaking huge.
Right. Which was also part of the problem.
Which is also part of the problem, yeah. Our
So I
massive
would put on
inventories.
I would put on my death teleport set of gear, and then do slash reset. And like Shantek said, I hope they don't have an artificial well when you kill yourself.
Well, even back then, it was you got to choose which well in the area you went to, but the lore might be
Yeah.
you basically just go to the closest well.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some interesting lore if you think about the Seven Silences. Do you remember the Seven Silences part?
Kind of. I'd have to rewatch a YouTube video of it.
The part where you don't have your legs and you're trying to escape from the nursery.
Okay. Yeah.
And you had to crawl around wells. There was like 15 wells in the way. You had like crawl like a zigzag pattern. If you accidentally nicked one of them, you resurrected back with no legs.
Oh, no, I don't remember that part.
You know?
Okay.
Let me see. I can see if I can find it.
I know there
It
is
was
a
an
good
int-
Seven Silences, like,
There is a
Playthrough.
good one. I remember seeing it. It's like a full run through. Yeah, this one's like 30 minutes. I think it's this one because I've watched it before.
what's up?
Let me see.
Come here.
It's not this one. It would. Oh, here it is. I found it. This thing is so fucked up. I should be able to share with the timestamp. I'll put it in the Discord, Waffle.
Okay.
Okay.
Pardon me, girl. I need my.
There you go.
Here we go.
So, there's a character with no legs.
I kind of vaguely remember
Okay, yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's super messed up because you have like a trail of blood squirting out of your legs.
Be like, man, why haven't they brought back this mission?
That's so freaking cool. Then I also had the part where you chased your pants around. That was hilarious. But yeah, so when you go to exit this, it's just a field of fucking animal wells.
Oh,
But if you
yeah,
hit-
no, I don't
if you
remember
hit-
that part.
If you hit one, it
you
ports you
think, like-
back.
You're supposed to do.
Yeah, so it ports you back. So you have to get to the end of the room without nicking one of those along the way. So you do this long, stupid army crawl with no legs past all the wells.
Speedrun this.
By the way, I did start another speedrun.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
I would say I know you had
okay.
a successful, at least I thought successful, certainly, Extra Life showing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that was something else. 29 and a half hours.
On the treadmill.
On the 29 and a half hours stream. I think the treadmill itself said 22 hours.
Okay.
So I'm sure there was breaks, and I think I was sitting on the floor for a little bit. After this mission was released, a cinematic with Lilith there was updated, and male characters have appeared to have their legs lased off every time. Female characters don't see that. That's weird. Yeah, I always remembered my legs being lasered off, even in TSW. But yeah, so yeah, my stats said it was 22 hours on the treadmill, but a 29 and a half hour stream. 46.2 miles is how much I walked.
Oof.
Which was
It just hurts just thinking
pretty.
about it.
Yeah, no, I was definitely messed up. And oh, and I did Cost of Magic on the treadmill on guitar.
On the treadmill,
So I
on a
hit-
guitar.
Yeah, because I hit my donation goal. I managed to get one of the achievements. I got the Toxic Swamp achievement first try. I knew I wasn't gonna get the floating platforms achievement. That's not possible on guitar. That kitty cat face.
This is what I'm dealing with right now. She's actually attacking you for dancing, Waffle. She sees you
awesome.
dancing on the screen, and she is. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Get him! She's literally watching you.
That's funny. Now show her your wings. Show her your wings. Oh, I meant like to the emote, but that works.
Oh.
Get him! Get him! She's like, I don't know what to make of this.
But yeah, I completed the Extra Life run. It was
Very nice. And how
Oh,
much
something.
did you earn for Extra Life there?
I want to say
I know I kept
it's like-
sending trying to send people your way.
I want to say it's like $635.
Not bad.
Let me double check. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Wait, why is it? Okay. Yeah, $635. I've kept it up on my stream, so people still want to donate, they totally can.
Yeah.
But yeah, that day, 2 days, I guess. By the way, the stream was 29 and a half hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is not how long I was awake.
Oh, I'm sure you were awake much longer.
I was awake for 40 hours.
Jesus.
God damn.
I was literally awake for like a work week. Because I got up Friday morning to walk my kids to school. So I even did more walking, technically. I walked my kids to school. And then I got my kid at like noon. And then I started getting the stream ready. But I didn't start till like 2, I think.
Okay.
And I believe the stream ended Saturday at like 7:30, 7:45, something like that. But I didn't actually go to sleep until midnight on Saturday. So yeah, I had like a 40-hour day.
Oof.
And I think I had like 2 or 3 Mountain Dews or something. Like I had like very little soda. I just had a lot of margarita.
Soda is not known to actually keep you up. The more soda that you have, it's actually works against you, I think.
I mean,
like, for staying up most times.
The caffeine has usually helped me in the past. Or maybe just the fact that I had to pee really bad from drinking like a 12-pack of soda. But whatever the case, historically, I would have a lot of soda. No. I'm pretty sure what kept me awake was the walking on the treadmill.
Okay.
I think my heart rate was like between 90 and 100 almost the entire time. So I could not be sleepy. It wasn't possible.
Like you were just running on, like just having
like endorphins. Like my blood was pumping.
Endorphins. Mm-hmm.
My blood was pumping, so I was awake. And then I was drinking margarita to fucking dull the pain because the shit was hurting. Like the other thing is like the treadmill shuts off every 3 hours, by the way.
Yeah, you just have that where you'd hit like the 3-hour mark and it would just shut off.
Yeah, so basically every 3 hours I was using that to like take a break and like go refill drinks or you do whatever, and then I would come back. Except for the end, when it shut off, I just hit start again. So the last probably like 5 hours or something, maybe more, was straight. Like I was just like, nah, fuck that, we're gonna go, we're almost done. Like I was like, let's go. And at that point, I felt like I was the fucking pirate from not Simpsons, from the Family Guy. It's got like 2 peg legs. Yeah. I was just walking on double peg legs at that point. Like my legs were fucking done.
You're like, they don't work anymore. They're just done.
They were just like an autopilot. Like I might as well have had sticks for legs. Like they were.
I think at one point I mentioned I was curious to what dreams you were going to have the next day and how that would actually affect your dreams. Did you have any dreams, or was it just like
no? I just fucking after 40 hours I just fucking passed out. And then
I bet.
Also I forgot that was a time change because I was like, oh, I had like a good 8 or 9 hours. No, I probably had like 10.
Yeah, no, because Extra Life Day. That's why they have it on that day specifically. Is that's a time change day. So that's a 25-hour day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I slept through the time change. So I got an extra hour out of it. So yeah, I slept fucking hard, because I rode my body into the ground for sure.
Oh, someone on a horse.
But and then so that was Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Monday I streamed on the treadmill again.
Oh God.
Crazy.
I thought you would just look at it like it'd just be like, no, no.
Nope. I got right back up on that horse. I will say I went through a lot of Vaseline on that stream.
Fair.
Like I like every time I took a break, I was like re-Vaselining certain areas, and then at some point I was putting Vaseline on my feet, on my heels, like like they were turning red and like starting to burn. It's like, and I got in gel insoles I threw in the freezer, and then I put those in my shoes. That helped for like 20 minutes. But yeah, it was a interesting I almost forgot. My character was different members of the Scooby-Doo gang at various times.
All right, I think she's
done.
My character on the marathon got turned into Velma, right? And what's her, Daphne?
Okay.
And then Fred, randomly. Even though it was a
say
female
that
character.
I say that just as she's going after
Was I
Eugenie.
Shaggy?
Yeah, I think you were
I
Shaggy at
don't-
one point, yes.
Was I Shaggy? I honestly don't remember being Shaggy, but it's possible. I downloaded the stream actually. At some point I need to get rid of it because it's taking up an enormous amount of space. So is it on? Let's see, where is it? I think it's on this. It's on this one. Yeah, my stream is 76 gigs. I downloaded my stream, so I have the whole thing in one file. And
Are you going to edit?
I mean, no
it down?
surprise.
well, no, I did. I pulled it down to make the Cost of Magic guitar thing. That's on YouTube, by the way. If anyone wants to see Cost of Magic done on a treadmill on a guitar, it's on my YouTube. I wanted to get a
Cam is
clip.
best content.
I
She's
wanted
a
to get
scene
a
stealer.
clip of my puppy like ran across the treadmill a couple points during the stream, and I wanted to like clip those out, but I have to go find them. I gotta search through goddamn 30 hours of shit.
Even
to
playing
find
it at
it.
like 10 times speed, which I'm not quite sure you'd be
It's
able to
gonna
catch
take
it.
for fucking ever.
Would still take like what, 3 hours?
I'm pretty sure there's a point in the stream where like the dog decides like I'm gonna run across the treadmill while it's on and goes whoop. Yeah, so that's the old guitar treadmill thing. Let me I should have found you the timestamp. There's a timestamp for...
I muted my mic and did not realize it for the next several minutes. Right.
Yeah, that was... So it was working in the beginning, and then I think what happened is one of my notes on the guitar hit the note for a key that is the mute mic key. And I didn't know
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah. Thankfully, it's only up until, like, the start of the first platform. So, like, literally, it's just me running down to the beginning of it
Okay.
and, like, having to fight some guys that I accidentally aggroed.
That's not too bad.
But the actual whole run, it's back on. Let's see. If you...
I mean, you're
Well, if
walking
you go to-
pretty steadily with that, you know.
If you go to 1712 on the thing, that's the start of the. This is where I get one of the achievements. And I straight up first try this. I didn't have to like go try it again.
Because I think that, if I remember right, you said that you have it on basically, the jump is basically like a jump forward. Instead of just being a jump, because otherwise you just jump straight up in the air. So you have
Yeah,
it set to
so-
like a jump forward.
Right. So the nice part is it's a consistent jump every time. The bad part is I can't control the length of the jump. Which is why I have to like position myself either really close to an edge or I put myself farther back because my jump is always the exact same distance. Whereas in the game, if you like hold forward and let go of forward in the jump, right? Like you can drop early. Or you can go further. But on the guitar, I can't like hit a note for jump and a note for forward. They'll just make two different notes. You know what I mean? So the jump is one note that hits a macro that's like forward and jump. I think it holds forward for like a second or 2 seconds. I forget what the timing is.
I mean, it
But it's a
works.
specific-
you know.
It's a specific amount. But that's why
Mhm.
you see me back up or go really close to an edge, because I know exactly how far the jump is that the note does. It's definitely tricky. Like, you might think like a consistent jump would be super awesome.
But it's not necessarily.
It's not necessarily, because I did 100% the game on the guitar, and there's plenty of times where this was a giant pain in the ass, because like I couldn't get somewhere, or it was super problematic. I had to keep backing up and retrying. Achievement, woo!
First try.
And then the next part is just a clusterfuck. Because
The scientific term for it.
yeah, what happened is my string, like my frequency, my note to turn. I think it's my note to turn left. I don't remember off the top of my head. Was also somehow really close to the same frequency, the same note as the back thing.
Okay.
So whenever I was trying to turn left to go up these platforms, it would also step back, and I would just step back off of them. Like that. I'm trying to turn
Like
left,
that.
and the character just steps back. And I'm like,
"God,
son of a
God,
bitch.
what are you doing?
Yeah, blame Steppus for showing up and jinxing the attempts. So this is where I edited the video to just show me failing a shit ton. And if you could hear audio, I can't hear audio. If you could hear audio, I basically just start cursing every time. Just curse. No, motherfucker! No, you motherfucker! No, come on, man. Motherfucker! I can't fucking do that if I can't. No, motherfucker! Alright, hold on. I don't even know what I can do. This is where I fixed it. What I did is I changed the back. Yep. I changed the back note to a different string, a different octave.
Okay.
And after that, I think took me like 2 tries.
Something different. Oh, let me see.
Because from what I know, it's like, yeah, when you're playing a any musical instruments, basically anything that's live or has a resonance to it, you will have basically the note, which is the main frequency, and then you'll also have like the overtones and the undertones, and
Yeah.
you get a lot more frequency than just the note you're looking for.
Well, not just that, but like on a guitar, you have things that are the same octave. If they're the same octave, it's the same frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So, playing one string on one fret up here, even though it sounds to your ear like different, the octave is, you play the same note at a different octave, but it's the same frequency. So as far as the program interpreting the frequency is concerned, it's the same thing.
It thinks it's the same thing, yeah. Even though it's even though our ears hear multiple frequencies, and yeah, it's slightly different.
So when I was originally setting this up for like my first guitar playthrough, months and months ago, I had envisioned like, oh, I want to do these notes for something for stuff. And then as I was setting up, I was like, I can't do that. All these things are like half of them are the same. You know what I mean? So I ended up having to make things a lot different than I originally intended, because I didn't fully realize how similar the notes were.
So if anyone is just not familiar in general, Cost of Magic is like the mission that is widely polarized.
It's
I guess
the mission everyone just says "fuck you" to, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's sort of almost like the defining mission of the game because of just how.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, it is. And no one that's ever encountered this mission is usually like, what the fuck? I think, like, between this and Lava Game, I think more people hate this than hate Lava Game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm not even sure this is a necessary mission.
It's not.
Is this necessary for the main story? I don't think so.
No. No. But it is a mission, whereas Lava Game is just an achievement. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do all the missions just because you like the story and the missions, you would have to do this.
You still would have to do
Like,
this, yeah.
Yeah, whereas Lava Game, you can just, if you don't like achievements, like, you're like, whatever, I don't care. So that's the difference, I think, that it's a mission. You know? Yeah, Vollmer, I love Cost of Magic.
Well, that's why I said it's polarizing, because there are many that don't, but there are a lot that do.
I think there's probably very few that do, to be perfectly honest. Like, I'm not gonna like sugarcoat that or try and say bullshit. Like,
I don't know.
I
It's certainly
think
the most memorable.
I think the number of people that actually like the mission is fairly small. Lava Game is worse. You don't lose this one for landing on the ground when you're not. Yeah, but okay, but to contrast, Uni, when you're doing Lava Game, cars don't disappear out from underneath you. I think that's a
It can kind of feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose. But I mean, that, to me, I think that's the biggest difference, is a lot of people's problem with Lava Game is, or sorry, not Lava Game, with Cost of Magic is, if you spend a bunch of time on it, inevitably you'll be halfway up and the portals disappear underneath you. And you're just like, fuck. You know? Because I can't tell the number of times that I've like gotten to almost to the top, and that's when the timer ran out on the portals, and you just drop. And that's you know, super frustrating.
Yeah, that's the best feeling in the world.
And not even the rest of Cost of Magic. It's specifically that piece of it. Like, no, I don't think anyone really complains about the earlier part. The acid pool, no one really complains about. I think because you can retry it really easily, and B, again, nothing disappears out from under you. I think that particular one is just because. Here's the other part. It curves. It wraps around a circular pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that throws people off more. Lava Game is fairly straight. The acid pool jumping is fairly straight. Cost of Magic is curved, like a curved spiral upwards on platforms that disappear.
Uni says, at least I can see the platform disappearing in Cost of Magic. Being on a car that I can see and having the game go, yeah, no, you're not. Feels more frustrating.
Uni, it's not the game's fault that you live in a different time space.
Well, didn't you say something like it has to do with the reason why that is because
it's desync.
It's desynced, yeah.
Yeah.
So it based on how far it thinks that you've jumped forward as opposed to what your client says and what's transferred to the server. Slightly different.
It's literally netcode, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rude to me. The rude. But the biggest tip I've given people, and I've helped many, many, many people get Lava Game Champion. The biggest and most important one is just lower your sprint speed. The slower you're going, the less the desync will affect you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because the server is calculating you moving at X speed. So if it thinks you're moving really fast and it doesn't hear back from your client, then it's going to predict that you've kept moving at that speed for, X amount of time. So the slower you're going, the less likely you're going to get the desync issues.
And even if that time period is only like a tenth of a second or something.
Yeah.
The faster you're moving, the longer that period of or that space is.
The longer distance you're going to go in that tenth of a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Or that it
the
thinks
issue.
you're going
And
in
if
a tenth
this,
of a second.
yeah, if the server is predicting you and says, "Oh, in the next tenth of a second, you're going to go this far versus this far," like and it has you touch the ground, you void the achievement.
Explaining why it happens doesn't make it less frustrating when it happens, though. No, agreed. Yeah, when it happens, you're like,
no, I disagree. I think a fundamental understanding of why it's happening is super important and should make it less frustrating because you
because you know
should
why.
know what to do to help avoid it. Because it's not just lower your speed, right? Lower your speed is one of the things. The other thing is like you have to be aware of what you're jumping from and what you're jumping to. Like you never want to jump toward like from the edge of well, you can't avoid jumping from the edge of something too much, but you want to avoid landing near an edge of something. I get to disagree with your feelings, Uni. I get to disagree with you on a fundamental level. I disagree with your being.
Be like, I'm feeling mad. No, you're wrong.
I can disagree with whatever I want. Whatever. I do what I want. But no, like personally, I think it's super. Like if you just don't understand why or in what way the game is screwing you over, even if you're not able to necessarily stop it, it's certainly helpful to know why what's happening is happening because you can mitigate it somewhat, right? Once you know what's going on. Like I said, the other thing is don't jump towards the you want to land in the middle of things. Also, one of the things I show people when I show them how to do it is walking backwards off of stuff.
Oh,
the
yes.
number of people that walk forwards off of one of the ledges onto a car on the ground, and what happens is the game is predicting you've walked forward further and touched the ground. But if you walk backwards off of it, A, you're moving a lot slower, and B, when you drop down going backwards, you don't consider backward. It doesn't like consider backwards progression the same way as forwards.
Right, because almost like backwards is more locked as far as speed goes.
Yeah, right. And also, once you drop, like you just drop. When you're going backwards, you just drop straight. Or when you're walking forwards, you have like momentum, and you go. It has you go in an arc, right? If you drop off something backwards, there really isn't an arc. You just sort of drop straight down. So that's another thing. Like I've seen people lose the achievement. Just there's like two spots in particular I'm thinking of where like you walk off of a car down to a car. Then you need to go from that one to jump to something, and they'll walk off, and even though they think they land on the car, it's too close to the ground. It's predicted you hit the ground. So you just got to take a half second, turn around, step backwards, and drop off, and then you're fine. But yeah, that just comes with an understanding of how the game functions. You know.
And every other point in the game, it does the same thing. Whether
it
you're
does the same thing everywhere. It's not like
Yeah.
it's just there.
But you only notice it there because that's where
that's the precision.
it's important for the achievement.
Yeah, it's that precision.
Yeah, because the
element.
achievement is this. As soon as the server thinks you touched the ground, it voids the achievement.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe some other like unseen achievements or something like that. Like it might come into play in a couple of those too.
Yeah, if a camera's catching you and you don't think it did, you probably essentially lagged into view of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or desynced into view of something.
Into the camera, yeah.
Or desynced into a laser and triggered a laser. You know what I mean? To blow up. Like that's completely plausible as well. But mostly with lasers you're jumping. So the problem is usually not the laser you're jumping so much as it is the next one you're going to run into. Lava Game is the
Lava Game is the only one where it feels that bad. Well, yeah.
It depends. I mean, I don't know. If you tried to run through the Council of Venice laser shit on Sprint 6, that feels pretty bad. If you run through the Council of Venice, like behind the painting laser grid, if you try and run through that at Sprint 6, that can I was trying to speed run it, and yeah, that speed run got reset a lot because you're trying to fly through lasers, and the game is like, no, I don't fucking think you should be doing that. But I mean, yeah, ideally, not ideally, understandably, it is probably one of the best test cases for like how the server prediction works.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what's happening is it's server prediction, and why you're failing is because of desync. That's the two things.
I've also not sped run Lava Game.
Oh, I've sped run Lava Game. I've done Lava Game on Sprint 6. It's possible. It's just, it's very likely to screw up. Okay, actually, just to point something out too, other mitigating factors are things like your latency.
Mm-hmm.
Uni, for reference, what's your average latency in the game?
See, if your average latency to the server is pretty high.
Did them both carefully in Lava Game was the issue? Oh, are you talking about Cost of Magic still? Uni, we've moved forward. Again, you're in your own time and space. You're desynced with the rest of the world, the game, the conversation.
All of them. All of the latencies. Anyway, I do want to point out, though, that wasn't just our only news. Apparently, Haunted Eldwick was pushed back. I talked with Drina, who basically hosts the event, and they said that now that things are back on track, join us next week for the return of the Haunted Eldwick Ghost Tour. I thought I just missed it, to be honest. I had no idea that it just didn't happen. Just 3 weeks late, there will be spooks and stories and maybe even a surprise or two, but that is going to be going on this Saturday.
Okay, cool.
So in 2 days, 6 p.m. Eastern Time is the first tour, 9 p.m. Eastern Time is the second tour. So wherever that would fall in your schedules, whichever one is easier to attend.
The fact that you think 120 latency is fine is a massive part of the problem.
I don't know. I think mine is somewhere around that, actually. I know I do not have a great latency.
I'm just saying.
We don't all live next to them.
I don't live next to them. But I have like a 20 to 30 milliseconds. I mean, look. The game is perfectly playable at 120 latency.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy lives upstairs in their attic. I'm in a basement, sir. I'm in a basement.
Basement. He lives in the basement.
Right now, you're in a conference room.
Yeah, in the QBL conference room. So, no, 120 latency is perfectly playable for the game, but 100% that is why you're experiencing way more desync issues in something like Lava Game. The higher your latency, the more susceptible you are to the desync. So, it just means you have to be more careful. That's the thing. If I need there to be something like to be able to play Lava Game without those very common issues, I don't feel the issues on my part. Well, you're technologically wrong. I don't know what to tell you. I don't control how netcode works. It's just how it works.
I would say that's more of a complaint about the overall engine itself. Me and most of the game population.
No, but I'm saying legitimately, it's an issue with, like, you would have a similar issue if you were playing, like, you can't fucking play like a first person shooter competitively at that latency. You'll like be getting hit while you're behind a wall because the game thinks you're elsewhere, like not behind the wall. You know what I mean? Like my point is that while most of the game, because it's an MMO style game, is functional, it's not surprising that particular thing would have a problem with latency, right? Like,
because at its base, it's not designed to be a platformer.
It's not really a platformer. I mean, I treat it like a platformer, but it's not. It's not really a platformer, and so any of the platform stuff, but Cost of Magic does have a similar issue. It's not as bad mostly because the jumps are exactly the same, but it does have a similar issue, and latency can certainly cause you problems on Cost of Magic as well. Also, also can depend on your system. I'm gonna point out, when I was first in the original game playing Cost of Magic, I could not get it for forever. I couldn't get up there forever. I threw my Xbox controller at the wall. I think I dented it. I punched my Xbox controller so hard that I jacked up my knuckles, because Xbox controllers are not made to be punched. They're really weirdly shaped, and
they're also very
have
strong.
Like the old style had like this like double hump, and you like punch that thing, that hurts a lot. It gets like right in there on the knuckles. Like I got super fucking pissed off at Cost of Magic, but that turned out to, and actually I had a decent internet connection there. That turned out to be less of a latency issue and more of a like a computer issue. T7 was one big issue, and was playing a piece that barely had the minimum requirements. Night, Vollmer.
Have a good night, Vollmer.
Yeah, I was in the same boat, Uni. Like when I did the Golden Golem events, I had all my shit at 0. All my graphic settings were at 0. The Golden Golems looked like giant yellow Lego blocks, and I feel like I was fighting Duplos. And I still had like 4 frames or something.
Any golem was just it was an experience. You had to be there.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I'm literally like, I had all my graphic settings set to 0. So not only was, it just a shit show frame rate wise, but like it literally looked like a giant Lego, because all the shading and everything was turned off. It's just straight flat yellow block.
You're like, I'm sure it's scary if I look at it. Sure it is.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, have you stepped on a Lego? They're pretty fucking scary.
It's pretty scary, yeah, middle of the night. Not yet, thankfully, but
man, I remember being like a teenager in California, and I woke up in the middle of an earthquake on the top of a bunk bed, and I needed to jump down to get in a doorway. And below me was like 3 different cases of Legos were open all across the floor.
Well, it's one of those decisions like, well, should I just stay here and die, or
yeah. Like,
I literally had to
happen, or yeah,
like, and not like a little one. Not this was when California got hit with like the 7.6 or something.
Okay.
This was like I want to say like 91. It was a really big one. So like everything's fucking shit. Like my TV on the dresser fell off onto the floor, but the floor was covered in Legos that are now like doing this. And I literally had it barefoot, had to like jump down and like try and ninja land to injure myself in as little as possible on the spiky floor.
That's like,
and
yeah,
get to
it's like
the doorway.
Lego liquid, essentially.
Yeah, it hurt. I hit a few of them for sure, but it was that was something. I remember that was okay. for reference, I remember looking outside at some point, and the road outside in front of the house did this number.
Oh yeah.
Roads aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah. If you're in an earthquake, yeah, you see like the ground just decides I'm just gonna shake. I'm just gonna have waves essentially.
And you're like, wait, I didn't think ground. Why is it moving like water? That doesn't make sense. The funniest part, by the way, of that story is my sister didn't wake up for like 30 plus minutes or something. Like, we're like, where the hell is she? And she was asleep, and she didn't get up because the night before we had watched like the Green Acres reunion movie. And in that movie, they're faking an earthquake to get someone to move. Like they use like a bulldozer, and they're like shaking some big metal thing, and they're faking an earthquake. So she was dreaming about the movie and just didn't wake up to the actual earthquake that was happening.
She was like, I just thought it was, I don't know, a thing.
She literally had a dream about the movie's earthquake while the earthquake was happening. So for her, in her dream, it just melded perfectly, and she just didn't wake up. Normally you think if you're asleep, like that motion would wake you up, but in her dream, an earthquake was happening, so it didn't do anything to her.
That's when even the world around you is like, yeah, like an earthquake's going on. It's just like, all right, you're dreaming about an earthquake. Sorry.
Yeah, but she
was
dreaming about the movie that had the fake earthquake in it that we literally watched like probably 6 hours earlier before we went to bed or something. Now, yeah, that was. By the way, I had lived in California for about 2 weeks at that time.
Okay.
That was my introduction to California. Was check this out, the Earth moves.
I was saying, we've only had, I think, in recent memory, only like 2 earthquakes, and one of which was, I mean, both of them were like nothing. You know, it was a sort of. Have you seen like, you know, after an event happens and it's like there's no damage whatsoever, someone posts like a meme and it's just like.
The 2 lawn
be
chairs.
like, the earthquake passed through and there's like a plastic lawn chair that's just fallen over. Yeah. Be like, the damage has been extensive. It was sort of like that. There was like no damage anywhere. And one of them I didn't even know happened until I got home because I was in my car when it happened.
Yeah, that can happen.
And it was just like, there was an earthquake. And it's like, there was? Because like my car shook a little bit. And it's like, okay, it does that.
Yeah,
that's just what it does.
Yeah, we've had one that I know of in like past decade or so, and that happened in the Gulf of Mexico. And it says, "Oh, earthquake in Florida." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I was working on the second story of a building. Of course, the floors on those buildings. Someone heavy walks by, and you can feel it shake. I'm like, "Oh, this is probably some big guy walking by," and that was about it.
That was just Tony.
Yeah, it's just Tony walking down the aisle.
Right, like that was an earthquake. Are you sure? Because
oh, okay.
I'm sure someone didn't just walk past the seismograph or something.
I remember. I think one of the last ones I experienced in California before we moved was actually pretty decent, but. The wife and I had been drinking mimosas literally all day. And so when it happened, we were just kind of like, huh?
What?
What? Like, I was already swaying, so, like, it kind of didn't matter. Like,
yeah.
Something
it's the
fell
same
off
thing for me being in the car. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. So,
the world's just already moving a little bit. It's okay.
Like, some stuff shook, some stuff fell. Oh, I think I had a shot glass rack that fell off, and like just like 20 shot glasses just shattered on the ground. I had to clean that up, but that was like the extent of the damage. It was like some shit fell off the walls. But yeah. My first 2 weeks in California was here is what a real earthquake is. Experience this. Blah! And then, yeah, California is where to go if you just want to experience like apocalyptic events. I remember being in high
Fair.
school, like it rained ash for 3 days straight because of all the fires.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sky was orange and it was raining ash for 3 solid days. Like you just walk outside and you're like, it's the end of the world. It's gotta be one of the places like to get some of the most different natural disasters like all in the same state. I think, right?
Yeah, you get because
Fires,
it gets fires,
floods.
landslides, floods,
Fires.
earthquakes.
I don't think too many hurricanes pass through, but
No.
that's about it, really.
Yeah, I mean you get flash floods. You get
Yeah.
not hurricane, but you get flash floods. You get
Tornadoes? No.
No. What
We
am I
just
thinking
started
of?
getting
Like,
those.
what's the? What's like? I mean, flash flood is from rain, but what's the rain that's like just shows up out of nowhere?
Monsoon? No.
Yeah, we get like monsoons. You get like monsoons in California. Especially in the desert. Like sometimes you would just see off in the distance like this gray block. And you're like, oh, it's
Column,
raining over there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one time that happened to me, like I was in the column. Like I was driving and then all of a sudden I was inside a column of water.
Mm-hmm.
And like the wipers didn't do anything. Like it was just sheeting water. Like
Yeah,
I was
it's-
basically underwater. I couldn't
It's not
see
a fun
anything.
experience.
I just kept going straight and hoped I wasn't gonna run into anything. I think other people probably stop, but I was like, this road's straight. I'm just gonna keep going. And I literally like popped out the other side and like behind me was like this pillar of water. It is a very surreal thing to like go through.
Because I know, because the deserts, especially the flash flooding, is a big problem. And
Yes.
because I know
100%.
this past year we went to around like Grand Canyon, Zion, and stuff like that. It was like a week after we left, there was a major flash flooding through Zion that trapped a lot of people in the parking lot. Like just underneath like 2 to 3 feet of mud.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's a good thing we didn't go to Zion because it was always busy.
And that's like one of the most destructive forces.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because pushing like boulders the size of cars just effortlessly down the valley.
I'm trying to think. Your story about the column of waters. There's an MMO that's called Rift, and it's an older one, but Rift is all about basically, all of these planes basically making portals into the world that they exist in, and so there's like a plane of fire, and there's a plane of water, and there's a plane of air, and there's a plane of whatever. And at one point, the plane of water invades, and the zone that they make you go through is like a half water and swimming zone and a half open air zone. And so your character will literally just be running around, and suddenly you'll pass into like a water field, and then you can swim around in the water field, and then fall out of the water field and then just fall back onto the ground. And it was actually a pretty clever design for a zone that I've seen.
There's a mega boss happening. It's trying to start. If you guys want to, it's in our
all right.
instance. You guys just want to come to the platform.
I just missed that.
But it just kind of reminded me of that. Did you just miss?
I walked right next to it.
He just missed the platform.
the platform.
That's desync for you right there.
Yeah,
just straight up
that's where
desynced
it
past it.
happens.
Hey, we're in the summoning group.
We are special.
That means we get to click on the heart.
Yep. I can do that. Most times.
Like some of the times. Man, the female pig costume or the pig mask is really cool. I don't like the male one as much, but the female one looks interesting.
It does.
It's right next to you, Waffle. There's a pig lady next to you. It looks. I feel like that's like a corporate mascot.
Mm-hmm. It's Piggly Wiggly.
It's a good outfit. It's true.
Oh, so yeah, I started a new speed run.
Oh yes. Okay.
This
I'm
is
trying
a-
to think if,
it's a
if we had anything else.
It's a segmented speed run, so I'm not doing like a goddamn 40-hour marathon or some crap.
What is your new
I did-
idea?
Just that it's segmented. So I'm doing, like when I do my normal streams, I'm doing the speed run. So my first speed run segment is done. It was 2 hours. And in 2 hours, I got from character creation all the way to Joe Slater.
Okay.
So I think I'm level 12. So 2 hours from start to level 12. I want to say. But I was pretty happy with that, actually. That was going pretty quick. I didn't have too many hiccups. And still on the treadmill.
Okay.
But yeah, because I want to see. I have some other strats. Like I want to try and like do some actual strats. Like try and plan things out a little more because I have time in between the sections.
To try to do to actually, right, speed running.
Sort of theorize like what's the most optimal way.
What
to do
is the
something, right?
fastest way? Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I won't be killing myself in a row. So because I gotta tell you, by the end of the run, by the end of the marathon, like I was fine. I didn't go to sleep for another 4 hours, but my brain was not fine. I kept trying to do things backwards. It was
Yeah,
very
humans
strange.
aren't meant to be up that much.
Yeah.
We're
Listen,
not
designed
even
that
your
Listen,
your treadmill was basically trying to tell you what the heck are you doing.
Yeah, it's just shutting off. No, I think I went to make a sandwich and I started doing things in the wrong order.
Okay.
It was weird. It was weird. I can't. It's hard to articulate because it's hard to even remember exactly. But I kept doing things in reverse order. My brain was just not functional. I didn't feel tired. I felt fine, but there was some operating problems. Yeah, I think I don't know, I put the bread away in the fridge, or I tried to put something away before I used it. It was just shit was not quite right.
It just was not clicking.
Yeah. It was very weird. Because as soon as I would do it, I was like, this isn't right. What the hell am I doing? Also, I didn't want to walk at all, right? Because, obviously I felt fucking fried. And my legs and my heels, my heels were literally burning. They felt like they're on fire. And because my brain was fried, I kept forgetting things downstairs and having to walk down a flight of stairs and up a flight of stairs over and over again. I made goddamn 5 trips up and down the stairs. Every single time was excruciating. Because as soon as I would get upstairs, I'd be like, ah, fuck, I was supposed to grab this. And I'd walk back downstairs. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna die in no time.
We're making just short work of this. It's true.
Yeah. But this is the Paduri. Like, I know people like this one because it's the tree and it doesn't move.
I was saying
like,
it doesn't
at all.
move. Yeah.
Yeah, it
You just
sits
you just
there.
hit it. But that's the exact reason why I like the Hitodama, because you move. You know what I mean? Like, I like moving around.
Yeah. That was just a DPS.
That's what you call a tank and spank.
Yeah.
Also, because we are in the group, we get like the extra turn-in box, the mission report or whatever.
Ooh, that's right. I mean, I don't have any room. Oh, I don't have any room. I still have all the. For me not having any room, I've got a lot of room. 'Cause I had that little box show up.
That's me.
It's like, what do you mean? Oh, no, I do, because I've got all the Halloween stuff. Have a pumpkin.
Good lord.
Have a cauldron. Have a
What
Ouija board.
really annoys me the most is like it's all distillates. You could use those in like a minute or something. Like, you just literally have to upgrade your gear, and then you also your gear would be better. And instead
Is
you're
that
like,
how it
no,
works?
I'm gonna hoard like 40 distillates for no goddamn reason.
Should try to give somebody. We've got a couple of costume items that I couldn't use. I was shocked how many I was receiving that it's like I've never used this before. I've never that was surprising to me. The amount of
Yeah,
that
I
we're
think I remember
dropping.
that from one of our streams, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, wait a minute.
Like, what do you mean I could actually use that? What do you mean I hadn't had that one?
What
You're
the
like, are you
hell is
sure?
even going on? But yeah, I expect my new speed run, even though I hope the end time will be faster, it's going to take longer to finish because I'm only going to do like, a couple hour chunks,
Yeah.
like, a couple days a week or whatever.
Okay.
So like Monday, Sunday, I think Monday. Definitely Monday. Probably Sunday, Monday, Thursday, something like that. Like, will be like the speedrun stuff. It's so weird how I feel like it feels like you're stuck in the first area so long.
I mean, Kingsmouth is huge. Or do you mean the first area,
I
like the
think-
entire island?
Yeah, the entire island, like
Okay.
Solomon Island, like it just feels like it takes so long to get out of there.
And then the other
Um,
zones are so quick.
Comparatively, yeah. I think also though it's because it has the most level gating. Like you just can't go forward. It was like I had to reach level 12 to get to Joe Slater in the sewer, and then now I have to reach level 14 to get to Savage Coast. And then it's gonna be like you have to reach level 18 to do you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's so many level requirements in Solomon Island, which I don't disagree with necessarily, right? Like I get the point of that. but it just makes the zone when you're trying to speedrun it feel like a fucking slogfest. And it's much less so later on. And then of course once you're level 50, it's just about beelining the story. I think the longest part after that is really Tokyo.
Because yeah, Tokyo's a big zone too. It's true.
Because Tokyo has a lot of story mission. I mean, hell, it's got the Orochi Tower alone, right? The Orochi Tower alone is a good chunk of story mission. But even before that, there's so many missions that are like actual story missions. But you can speedrun the tower. I did that on stream on the last one. People are like, is this really faster? I'm like, yeah, this is faster. even if I fail,
saw at one
like
point, yeah, you running past a whole bunch of
times.
mobs and just like, you know, just
Well,
to grab
the-
one
the-
thing and run back out.
The goal is to get to the exit door and open it. That way you can die and then you res at the elevator and then just take the exit door to the end of the level. Like that's generally the goal. There was like one or two levels where I couldn't. The glow in the dark fungus one is like not possible to do that with.
Mm-hmm.
You just get hit by the too many like of the fungal effects that that leave like a debuff on you that steals your sprint, and then that are hitting you and you're just screwed. It just wasn't possible. I had to do that one normally. But yeah, there's a ton of levels where you can just run past everything, get to the door, open the door, die, and then just go through from the elevator, go through the exit you had now opened. And then I think even the one with the spectral stuff, I had to do like this weird like chase me for a second loop. It's like get all the specters to chase me.
Okay.
And then to like one corner, and then I ran to where the key card was and picked it up. You know what I mean? And then I died, but like who cares? I got the key card. Now I just spawn the elevator and go.
I think that was the one that I saw.
And the worst, honestly, the longest fucking one is the stupid Aegis one. Just because you have to do that every single testing room. Like, there's no way to make that faster. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And because you're in a speed run, your gear is not... Like, all my gear was, like, low blue level.
Okay.
You know? So... I can fight things, but it takes a little while, you know what I mean? So every time I fight a group of the Aegis guys, it's like a couple minutes. So it just adds up. But yeah, I've kind of like run out of stuff to do on Jimmy.
Pretty much, yeah.
So now I decided to like try and do like an action. Oh, the other thing, I didn't mention this part. It's a new account. It's a free to play account. So
Okay. It's the
no
experience
boosting
is,
of any kind.
Yeah,
No
the
boosting
experience
of
is
any
not
kind.
boosted up.
Just straight up free to play. I'm not buying any like Aurum or anything. So it's like a straight up like baseline speedrun.
This is the character that you should buy bag space on.
No.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. All
Be
of the
like,
backspace.
this one. This is the one that you should
I'm
just be
also
like.
supposed to have no mods, and I accidentally started because I was just patched my current client, and I started and it had mods. Doesn't really matter though, because I was just like through the first like 12 levels. But I think when I play it next, I was making space in my drive to make another copy of the game, right? And then I found another copy of the game. Apparently, I'd already done it and forgot about it at some point in the past.
You're like,
I was like,
what is
well,
this
shit.
installation?
Yeah, I didn't need to free up that 40 gig. I already have the installation. So I patched it to the Funcom client, and I got rid of the mod folder on that particular installation. So the next run would not have any mods at all. And of course, the one I'll miss the most is Auto Sprint. Rest in peace, Auto Sprint. That probably in Lorehound. But I pretty much know where all the lore is that I need anyways.
I would say lore in that case would just help you level up.
Yeah,
than
no,
anything
it's
else.
huge though. It's huge for getting past level caps
Yeah.
at different aspects. Pretty much every time I've done a full run of a game on a different on like a character, I almost inevitably end up running like say Polaris and Darkness War just to get the legend sets. Because when you get a full set of legend, you get extra XP. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you get XP per legend, and then when you complete a set, you get an XP boost. So it's 100% like worth tackling certain legend sets just for the instead of having to do like a mission that takes like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Especially later. I think usually when I'm in City of the Sun God or something is oftentimes where when I'm like really close to a level thing and I don't want to do some crazy. I don't want to do some crazy
extra costume
single
pieces.
mission.
Oh, okay, sure.
See if you can use them. If not, throw
Let's
them out.
see.
It's all good. I did that, and then I was like, wait, does he have enough space in his inventory?
That's why I looked real quick too. Oh, I didn't have that one.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Reptoid gloves. I think I have this one. Yeah.
Okay. No, the other one was it's like a full body morph suit.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different colors of that.
Yeah. What are you doing over there? So I'm trying to
But,
think if we had any more news, but I don't believe so.
Oh, the cache.
That's what it was. Yes. Okay. Forgot about that. Yes.
It's the winter cache.
change.
That's why that's why I'm wearing my winter suit. This is what you can get.
It's the wrong suit.
That's actually
Waffle.
why I named the show TRI tonight. It's because it's supposed to be for the tribal cache.
That's right.
Yeah, this is what you get with the winter cache.
So Andy was talking about that on our hide and shriek theme, or stream. I mean, not theme. He was talking about the possibility of not having the winter cache,
Mm-hmm.
instead of rotating in a different cache for the winter. And it appears they have done that.
Mm-hmm.
As we went from the haunted cache, right, for Halloween,
Haunted cache for Halloween. Yep.
and now we have tribal cache.
And instead of going to the winter cache, which is actually a little surprising. Like I kind of expect him to go. Well, no, I mean maybe not. Maybe the winter. Maybe they will bring back winter, but actually more like around maybe Christmas time or something. But they
Oh, I
went
think
in the
we're gonna
meantime
have
to tribal
un-
cache.
until like March. I expect us to have tribal until like March.
Yeah, it's
Not,
only a couple
not just
months.
have it for going for months at a time.
Yeah. This is gonna be the new winter cache for 6
Yeah,
months.
yeah. This is a new winter cache. I expect
The
it
new
to be
winter
here
cache,
until,
right?
like,
This year it's gonna be
June.
the tribal cache. 6 months
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
tribal cache. You can get a guard dog pet, a zebra mount, Serengeti Corsair mount.
Do you have a
warrior
tribal
outfit.
cache?
Not,
Hold on, let me see. I can grab you one. I'm pretty sure I have
I
some.
might have one in my vast inventory.
in
I've
your-
got a bunch.
Sure. Just, show off. I haven't got a lot of haunted caches. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got a stack of 100.
Personal bank. Did get
Something
rid
I
of
do
them
in another game that has lock boxes. I never open them, but I always like having a stack of them.
There, I have a tribal cache.
all? All right. Where'd it go?
There
There
you
it is.
can look at it. If you double click it, it should open with the preview.
Did you just
stuff.
wait?
Hmm?
No, like double click it.
Yeah, double click.
You did? It should open. Oh wait, how many free slots do you have?
Jimmy, check your inventory.
Check my inventory for what?
Icy Claws.
I mean, no. Why?
Because I just suddenly had Icy Claws appear in my inventory.
That's funny.
And I'm
Uh,
pretty sure I see them in waffles too.
Where?
What's next to the cache that was right there?
Oh, that's the Reptoid gloves.
That's
Oh
the
no,
Gabriel.
okay. Where did I get Icy Claws from?
Waffle, just open your crafting window, the upgrade window, and just put like 4 distillates in there.
I have
temporarily.
Icy Claws, man.
No, don't upgrade something. Just pop like 4 in there. Like right click some distillates to throw them in there. It doesn't matter which ones. We're not actually upgrading anything. Just put them in the window. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now try and open the cache.
There we go.
There you go. You have to have 4 slots free. But you can just put stuff in the upgrade window and that gives you slots free.
Well,
So
here,
now
Jimmy.
you can now you can see the tribal cache, like what comes in it. By the way,
I honestly
Oh,
have zero
the-
idea where they came from, but here's a donation.
nice.
Like literally zero idea. I did not like accept anything. They just literally disappeared in my inventory.
So
Who's out there?
That
How did that
armor,
happen?
I gotta say, from the tribal cache, that outfit is pretty slick. Like the armor.
The warrior outfit?
Yeah. The
the
Neo
tribal
Tribal
armor.
Warrior
Yeah.
outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, that outfit is pretty slick. Like just in general.
I didn't pull that from my inventory,
Uh,
did I? When did I have Icy Claws? I don't know. How would I have Icy Claws?
Here, I'm wearing the red one. Well,
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's tight.
like a tiger. No, like it's really nice looking. Like it is. It's super clean.
Very spiffy.
Oh, look, I even have the Witch Doctor blade on this outfit. That's from the tribal cache as well, I think. But yeah,
Very nice.
I like the. If you look at the back's got like a kind of like a face
Oh yeah.
with like the lights.
It's
And I
just
think
designed
if I'm
well.
not, yeah, it's a really slick looking design, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the lights show up in the dark. Like I think if
you
you're
got a whole bunch
running,
of lights all over your legs too, and your feet. There's like little.
I think if
pointing
you're
light.
if you're running like what is the New York mission where you go in the garage, or like say like the Gaki mission or something, like where you're in the parking garage kind of area,
And everything's a
and
little
it's all
like
super dark.
and everything's a little like smeared, like the lighting is a little blurred.
A lot of
Yeah, but
blue.
you'll if you have outfits that have light on them like this, you'll see it. Like you'll see the lights, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I totally dig this the travel outfit. And there's also I think like a black version. I think this is the red version. Neo Tribal Warrior Red. I think there's a black version too. Yeah. Do I have it? Let me see.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is the other version.
Oh, that's nice.
Is nice.
I don't know. Kind of digging the red a little more, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think because the red has So the black has black with red lights, but the red has red and gold with lights. So it's like got
Yeah.
more kind of going on. But I mean, they're both really nice variations. Like both suits are really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I go, because I think the red one is the one you have to buy from the locksmith. By the way,
The red one comes from the locksmith, not the black one?
right? The black one's what you get from the cache,
Oh, okay.
but the red one comes from the locksmith.
But it's
cache
weird. In
locksmith.
the cache like the window that you look at, it's the red one.
It's
though.
got the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you go in your
That is a little weird.
Kinda deceiving.
dressing room, if you go in your dressing room, the tribal cache is the black one is marked tribal cache and the red one's marked the locksmith. Also, I'm missing the mask because I haven't bought it yet, and it's showing up for the red one.
Yeah, cache
Uh,
locksmith.
Yeah, and I can go over there and go buy it. I saw that it will
Look,
let me.
he's got a big rabbit head. Yeah.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah, she came back. She started chasing you on screen. What are you doing? No, no, you can't eat that. That is my headphone? No, no, no.
Yeah, now I bought the red mask. I just wanted to complete the outfit.
Yeah, complete the set.
Yeah, let's see. Wait. There we go. All right.
What are you doing?
Boom! Look at that.
Not bad.
It's too bad it's not full all over. Like the helmet.
Yeah,
type.
it's just a face.
It's just a
mask.
mask. Yeah.
Now you can wear, I think. Yeah, because it's a face mask. It's not a hat.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can wear something else, maybe. No.
Try look away before revealing the face.
Oh, wait. Where did the thing go?
Stop. No.
How come it removed the? What is that thing called? Tribal?
Neo tribal. Neo-tribal.
Sorry, I'm being attacked.
Yeah. Well, somehow I put on the hat and it like overrode it entirely. Put on the baklava. I think there's certain items you can put on that won't override it or something. I could be wrong about that. I remember in the past like being able to mix
You're
certain
insane.
items, but it depends. It depends which way they're made. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of appearing pretty much all the hat things are completely overriding the model entirely. That's unfortunate. What about the neck? Well, that's weird. You can do like a bandana face wrap. That doesn't make any sense.
No. No.
Yeah, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't get something to look like your head's. Huh. I would have sworn you could do other stuff, but it doesn't look like you can. All the head items, because of how big that mask is,
No.
just remove the other item.
Yeah, might be some clipping issues.
That's what it looks
Probably.
like. Oh well, we'll just rid of that.
can't get the tusks through the tusks through the face mask. Oh, because they're both masks, right? You can't wear them at the same time.
Yeah, but the thing is, the tribal mask is under the eyeglass setting, and then normally you can wear that stuff with. I think they screwed up, honestly. I'm pretty sure that is a hat that's in the wrong slot in the dressing room. Like, it's one thing if clipping makes it not show up, but when you click on, say, the Usagi mask and click wear, it removes the tribal mask that's under the glasses setting. And if you go under the glasses setting and put on the tribal mask, it removes the Usagi mask. Doesn't just not make it show. It's
just
now
takes it off
dressing
entirely.
room not being worn. Yeah. So I think it's in the wrong slot. I think it's coded as a hat and they put it in the face item. Which is kind of strange. Seems like a bug. You know?
Probably. Sorry, I need to.
Wouldn't be the first time.
She is in a mood.
My puppy won't be in a mood until I get up.
No, I look behind me and she is literally stalking me. Or more specifically, the cable that is attached to my headphones. She
My
has
puppy's
decided
asleep
to
on the
attack
couch over here.
Twice now.
It's just
Say twice now if you noticed. She has actually just lunged for my throat. From the ground, full claws. Because you are a troublemaker. Why? Why now?
As soon as I get up to go upstairs, this dog will wake up and then it decides when it's 1 a.m. to because it's been sleeping this whole time, it'll go batshit crazy.
Oh.
It'll just start tearing around the house. Yep, I saw that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
Guys, while your headphones are getting ripped out, my headphones are about to die because they only last for 3 hours.
Oh gosh, darn it. She is insane. That's my leg. Can you not? See, my other
Maybe.
cat just chews wires, which is a problem. But this one right now is just clawing at me. You are a troublemaker.
A little bit of squirt of water.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want water, the little air duster works too.
Just
Or a fire hose.
we
Or
figure she
rolled
won't
up-
be a kitten forever.
Rolled up newspaper.
And she only does this I don't know, when the mood strikes her to attack.
So whenever she feels like it. She only does this whenever she feels like it.
As she pulls it out of my ear once more. What are you doing? I will hug you. Come
The
here.
threats are flying now.
Come here. Come here. You will get a hugging. You will get a hug. There.
Is it like a Lilith hug? I will hug the boiling viscera.
Hug the boiling viscera out of you. Sort of.
Let me go.
Throw her over my shoulder. Yeah, she's fine.
Okay, Alinity.
I knew that was coming.
Animal abuse. No, usually I found that right when she starts getting in that mood that if I just grab her and just sort of hug her for a bit, that then she just sort of runs away. For 10 minutes and then she'll be back.
Hugs, My only weakness.
Oh, never
Curse
mind. That wasn't 10
you.
minutes.
Yeah, that was like 10 seconds.
That was like 30 seconds. I got a nice reprieve. Stop. I don't even know. All right.
All right.
Oh, God. Come here. Come here. No. Okay. Run away. Anyway, what I was trying to say is I think on that note, I think we're good. If you guys don't have anything more to say. Yeah.
Oh, there's something more to say.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it went.
She's
like that.
not happy. Because she's being a scooch right now. Yeah, there goes my leather back in my chair. That's fine.
My chair
Anyway.
is torn up.
it's gone. I was gonna say, see if you can see what she's doing back there, because she's taking. I've got like a little hole here
Mm-hmm.
on the back, like a little window, and what she's been doing is climbing to the top, and then peering through that window, seeing her tail, and then chasing her tail through the little hole. Because she's insane. Anyway, agents, this has been the 0 Point Report, strain 52-TRI. You can catch us recording live every other Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time here on the 0 Point Report Twitch channel, where you can also join us and chat with us while we do the show live, or download our show wherever podcasts are found so you can listen to us on the go. Jimmy, where can we find you online?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
JimmyTheRabbit.com, YouTube.com/JimmyTheRabbit, Twitch.tv/JimmyTheRabbit, and @OneJimmyRabbit on Twitter.
If you can't see her, she's actually doing it right now. She's chasing her tail through the window. Anyway. Two-Ton Waffle, where can we find you online?
Same. I'm everywhere and nowhere.
Hey, you can't say same. You're not at my location.
You can find me standing right behind Jimmy the Rabbit.
I'm right there.
Shit.
No, you can find me over at trovo.live/2tonwaffle. On Twitter, 2tonwaffle as well.
And I'm Ocho, and you can find me both on Twitter and here on Twitch at Big Mikey Ocho. That's Ocho, not Akho. You can get in touch with us by engaging with the show on Twitter at 0 Point Report, emailing us at the0pointreport@gmail.com, checking out previous shows on our YouTube channel, and joining us on our Discord server, both named the 0 Point Report. So from all of us here at the 0 Point Report, we want to thank you for tuning in and wish you all the best from the secret world. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.